Hello everyone, welcome back to another presentation. In this video, we are going to discuss about the resume project challenge number 13 provided by Codebasis on transportation and mobility domain. In this project, I am assigned to provide actionable insights, design a dashboard, and providing recommendation from my side to take data-driven decisions in upcoming months. Before any further, let's get into it. Let me give a short information about the company that we are actually working with. The company called Good Cabs is a cab service company established 2 years ago in India and mainly focusing on tier 2 cities. And coming to main point, the company aims to support the local drivers, helping them to earn sustainable livelihood and also providing high quality service to the passengers. And also they are operating their company in 10 major cities in India. And this is small information. Now let's have a look on the main important thing, which is the problem statement. Okay, the problem statement here is the Good Cabs mainly aims to evaluate the performance across the key matrices like trip volume, passenger satisfaction, repeat passenger rate, trip distribution, and balance between the new and repeated passengers. And also, there is an immediate action need for actionable insights to access operational efficiency and identify the key areas to implement. The problem, it seems like problem statement is very simple and clear. Now let's have a look on the objectives. The main objective is to conduct a throughout analysis of the available data of the 6 months from January to June, and also need to design a comprehensive dashboard that is easy to interrupt and user friendly, and also need to deliver the actionable recommendations to guide the business making and improve the business outcomes. Sounds interesting, right? So let's get into the insights directly now. The first thing you are mainly talking about the revenue, which is the heart of the any business. And Good Cabs company generated approximately 108.9 billion revenue over the 6 months of period from January to June. And the main thing here is February is observed the highest revenue recorded, and June was the lowest revenue, with a significant decline of minus 14.61%. And also, in the terms of city wise, the Jaipur is making the highest revenue, which is 37.37 million, which is the 34.2% of the total revenue. And also, the cities like Mysore, Vadodara, and Coimbatore making the lowest revenue, and need to focus on why these cities are mainly generating less revenue. The next key metric you are talking about is total trips, and a company Good Cabs were made total of 425.90 k trips during this period of 6 months from January to June. And the top cities with the highest total trips were observed in Jaipur, Lucknow, Surat, and the bottom cities are Visakhapatnam, Coimbatore, and Mysore. And that coming to next one, you are going to compare between the new versus repeated passengers, which is the most important metric, we can say that. And there were a total of 238k passengers using the Good Cabs during the 6 months of period, and we can observe clearly that the new passengers are dominating the repeated passengers, which is not a good thing really. And we can observe that there are new passengers were 177k, which is 74.27% to the total. And coming to repeated passengers, we have 61k, which is 21.73%, indicating a declining trend in repeating customers. And also, in each month, we can observe this visual here. In each month, new passengers are dominating, consistently outnumber the repeated passengers, and we can see that highlighting a potential gap in customer loyalty and need to focusing on customer experience to understand why customers are not coming back and not returning to the Good Cabs, and take measures to improve the retention rate. And the next KPI you are looking at the comparison between the average trip distance versus average fare per trip. After working on this 6 months of period, I concluded that there is a strong correlation between these two matrices, like which is average trip distance and average fare per trip. And we can observe this chart here, which giving the correlation between these two things for each city. And we can observe that the top cities with the average fare amount were observed in Jaipur, Kochi, and Chandigarh, and the bottom cities are Lucknow, Vadodara, and Surat. And we are going to discuss in future why Jaipur, Kochi, Chandigarh were the high in the top and Lucknow, Vadodara, Surat in the bottom. Now let's move to the another key metric, which is the most important one, which is repeat passenger frequency. And we are going to distinguish between whether a city is tourism focused or business oriented by looking into this visual. Yes, you heard right. So this visual helps you to determine whether a city is tourism focused or business oriented. Let's have a look on that. So each bar represent individual cities, and we can clearly observe that a bar representing lighter color to darker color, which means if the portion of the lighter color is larger than the darker portion, is definitely a tourism focused, and vice versa to the business oriented. If the darker portion of the bar is higher than the lighter version, it is called business oriented. Here is the reason why. So the lighter color indicates 2 and 3 trips, and the darker color indicates above 4 trips. Right? We can observe that by examining this visual, you can distinguish easily. And if you have any doubts, you can use the key metric table, which is given repeat passengers and frequency of the repeat passengers. We can observe here. So after analyzing this key metric table, I concluded that tourism focused cities are Jaipur, Indore, Mysore, Kochi, Visakhapatnam, and Chandigarh are the tourism focus. Since the reason here is there is a high frequency of the repeat passengers for observed in the 2 and 3 trips, and here is the reason why. So the people don't visit the place more than 2 or 3 times in the for the tourist places, right? So that's the reason we are concluded these are the tourism phase. And coming to business oriented, the cities are Surat, Lucknow, Coimbatore, and Vadodara are the business oriented. By observing these values from the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trips, we can observe that these trips are dominating the 2 and 3 trips, which is more likely to be. So working professionals are traveling to offices on the basis of the Monday to Friday. So that's the reason they are taking more than 4 trips, more than 5 trips to travel multiple times to the office. That's the main reason we're saying that these cities are business oriented. And let's coming to the next part of the insights, we are going to analyze the weekday and weekend split by cities, which will gives you a more clear picture version of whether a city is tourism focused or business oriented. So let's have a look on that. Here the total trips is given split by the city wise for the weekday and weekend. So we can observe that the cities Lucknow, Surat, Vadodara, and Coimbatore are dominating the total trips in the weekday. So since they are the business oriented cities, they have the total number of trips are higher than the compared to the weekend trips. So this visual also gives you more clarification for previous one, right? So and remaining cities Jaipur, Kochi, Indore, Visakhapatnam, and Mysore have higher trips compared in the weekend trips, weekend compared to the weekdays. Yeah. Coming to next key metric, here we have the repeat passenger rate split by the cities and the split by the months. So we can observe that the Surat and Lucknow have the highest repeat passenger frequency rate, and the bottom cities are Jaipur, Mysore. Since Jaipur, Mysore are the tourism focus, they have the less repeated passenger rate, and Surat and Lucknow are the business oriented, they have the highest repeat passenger percentage rate. And coming to month split, we have observed that May, June have the highest frequency passenger rate, since they are likely due to the summer holidays, vacation, and the major festivals like Eid and Akshaya Tritiya, which given increased travel activity. And this key metric which will gives you a proper understanding how the customers, how the passengers are returning to us by examining the quality of the service and the offers and the discounts provided by the company. And they need to look into very carefully, and they need to focus to improve the repeat passenger rate, since the new passengers are dominating the repeat passengers rate. Here comes the second part of the presentation, I can say that, which is secondary analysis or strategic recommendations from my side. Here comes the first thing, which is factors influencing the repeat passenger rate. As I already mentioned, which is the most important key metric in the transportation domain, especially for the cab services. And the question here is, what keeps passengers coming back to the good cabs? Does it really affect the repeat passenger rate? Yes, definitely yes. Let's have a look on what factors will definitely affect the passengers will coming back to the good cabs after they after their services. The first thing is to they need to invest their time and the money to improve the quality of the services, like timely pickups and the drop-offs and the cleanliness and the comfort of the vehicles and the driver behavior and professionalism. And the second is to competitive pricing, like offering the affordable prices to the passengers will definitely make the passengers to come back to the cabs, good cabs. And the second thing we have is city demographics, like urban cities likely to have more business travelers, right? So they need to improve the quality of service, as I mentioned. By taking these factors and considering these things will definitely make good cabs to improve increase their repeat passenger rate. And the final thing here is it is very crucial to collect the feedback from the passengers, especially in the cities with the low repeat passenger rate. So as we discussed that low repeat passenger rate observed in the tourism focused cities, so it is not really necessary to focus on that. We need to mainly focus on the business oriented cities with the low repeat passenger rate to identify and address the issues impacting the customer retention. And coming to next thing, we have how do tourism seasons or the local events impact the good cabs demand patterns. And as we know, the cities like Jaipur, Kochi, Visakhapatnam, Mysore are renowned for their tourism appeal and each hosting unique seasonal events. So here the question for the good cabs here is, would tailoring marketing efforts to these events increase the trip volume in the tourism cities? Definitely yes. So targeted marketing during these seasonal events can unlock the significant growth opportunity for the good cabs. But like the first thing here is to event specific promotions, like offering the special discounts offers to the passengers will definitely boost their booking orders. For example, I can say that giving discount like 10% off for the ride from the airport to the event place will definitely attract the passenger, and also giving the group discounts like book a 6-seater cab and get the flat 50% off. So by providing discounts will definitely attract the passengers. And the second thing we have is collaborating with the event organizations and partnership will definitely boost their trip volume. And also the third one is social media campaigns, like promoting their company and what their quality of the service providing in the social media, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube will definitely attract the tourists to book their good cabs. And also the festival season packages, like offering a special offers or special package for the tourists or the family members, like covering a 4 places or the 5 places within a city. So these type of discounts will attract the tourist people, especially in the cities like Jaipur, Kochi, Visakhapatnam and Mysore. So by following these techniques here, the benefits will be like they can increase the trip volume and enhance the brand visibility and improve the customer loyalty. After all that, I can say that after following these things in the tourism focused cities, I can say that partnership and the in-app promotions will position the good cabs as the go-to option for the event transportation. And the next thing we have here is what emerging mobility trends are impacting the cab service market in the 2-tier cities. We know that EV adoption and the green energy are the emerging mobility trends currently are happening in India and reshaping the future transportation, and also especially in the Type 2 cities. So the question here for the good cabs is, why should good cabs consider EVs and eco-friendly initiatives? The first thing is the growing demand for the eco-friendly transportation, and the second is competitor advantage and the customer loyalty. So these are the 3 things why good cabs consider the to make adoption towards the EV. The next thing we have is partnership opportunities with the local businesses. The question we have here are opportunities with the for Good Caps to partner with the local businesses to boost demand and improve the customer loyalty. Definitely yes, like Good Caps can enhance its brand visibility and the customer loyalty by partnering with the local businesses, like especially hotels, malls, event organizations, as we discussed earlier, and other high football venues, like such as collaboration can create mutual beneficial opportunities, and also especially in the tourism heavy or high demand cities. So after partnering with these local partners, what really makes sense, so they can boost the trip volumes and enhance the customer loyalty and drive revenue growth. So these are the main things why should the Good Caps partnership with the local businesses. And coming to next one, we have to make Good Caps more data driven and improve its performance across the key matrices. What key matrices they should collect in the upcoming months? So in my opinion, they need to collect the average wait time, like time passenger wait before the cab arrives, and the second thing is ride completion time, the total duration of the trip segmented by city and the time of the day, and also the chunk rate, which is the most important thing, which is similar to, which is will definitely help with the compare with repeat passenger rate, like the percentage of the passengers who stop using the Good Caps after their first trip, so which will give the clear understanding to mainly focus on which cities are having the low repeat passenger rate. And the second and the last one we have is competitiveness index, like collecting the prices with the competitors in the same routes on the same location will definitely put the Good Caps ahead of the competitors in the future. So these are all of my insights and the recommendation from my side. To conclude this video, let me give a short recap what we discussed. We started with the understanding the problem statement and the objective, and started analyzing the insights, like the main thing, the revenue and the total trips affecting the top and bottom cities, and the frequency of the repeat passenger rate, which is helps to distinguish between the whether the city is tourism focused or business oriented, and followed by the week and weekday trips, which will give more picturization about the repeat passenger rate, and followed by the repeat passenger rate split by the cities and the month wise to examine which cities have the highest repeat passenger rate and which cities have the lowest passenger rate. And followed by the we have given the recommendation. The main thing here is to they need to invest their time and their money in to improve the quality of the service, to improve their repeat passenger rate. And also second thing is they need to invest in promotions and the discounts and partnership with the local events, which will definitely help the Good Caps to boost their company name and also improve their customer loyalty. So this is all about the presentation. If you have any doubts or questions regarding the presentation or the project, let me know in the comment section. It's free for you. And thank you for watching. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.